Okay, hello everybody. So let me show you something pretty cool that you can do inside your presentations, PowerPoint or Keynote. And that is using the parallax principle within your slides. If you have a static image like this, a 2D image, if you move different elements independently and then put a morph or a magic move in between, we can get this kind of effect, which sort of mimics how the real world works, even though we're just using a flat 2D image. And then in this case here, you can see we go from one slide to another, has a dissolve in between. And then here we use parallax again, sort of simulating what a drone or a crane might do as we push in and also move up. It just gives some depth by using this kind of motion. So a couple of days ago, I was on my way to Tokyo from Nara, and as I was looking out the window, well, obviously you can see the parallax effect in real life. So we see that everywhere. And parallax just means it's that apparent shift in the position of an object when it's viewed from two different positions. In other words, objects at different distances from the viewer appear to move at different speeds when your viewpoint changes. So for example, looking out the window here, so I just stop it right here, there's a still, but you can see that we're moving so fast right out in front of the window that it's even blurry. You go back several tens of meters, then it's moving a little bit more slowly. If you go back further still, they're moving, but very much more slowly again. And then if there was, if we could see the mountains very far in the distance, they would appear really not to move at all or very slowly. Or if it was at night, the stars and the moon wouldn't really appear to move, even as we were going through the countryside at 200 miles an hour. So if we just took our smartphone and we're walking through with a gimbal like this, and this is exaggerated because it's a wide lens, but you can see that everything moves in a different relation to other things, right? Everything is moving. And of course, the things which are very close to us move faster and they even move out of the screen. But if it was just a still image of the same thing and we push in, which is still a cool effect because we don't see that in the real world, but it's rather flat. And so that's really cool to use sometimes. But if we use parallax, I'll show you how it can just bring still images to life in a different way. So this was something used by Disney. So in the 20s and the early 30s, cartoons were pretty flat, right? They're very 2D, of course, but they're just very flat. And so they invented this multiplane camera system, and then you can get images like this. So it's just animation, but notice how it feels more like real life because you're seeing parallax as we zoom in, things which are closer moving faster than things which are further away. So for example, here is just a still image, and as we zoom in, that everything gets bigger, right? Which is not how the real world works. So it's something more like this. As we zoom in, the stars, the sky, the moon is not really changing, but those elements closer to us, like the trees, are going to move much faster and the background moves more slowly, right? You can kind of see it here side by side. And you see it in websites too now. So this is kind of a good example of a parallax effect with just different layers, the foreground and the middle ground and the background, all moving independently. And this is the Goonies website. Has the same kind of thing. You can kind of zoom in and out of it. And it just adds some interest. So here, let me show you. I made this presentation for grade school on the solar system. So I thought I'd just show you this. It uses the parallax effect just a little bit to bring some interest to it. So this is how the presentation starts with a video, and those are videos of trees in the foreground, but those trees will then dissolve into different kinds of trees or, darker trees at night. And then I get this kind of effect to introduce, this is a title slide of introducing the solar system. And then you can see here the parallax effect as we zoom out, and I'm asking students to imagine we had sort of the magical Hogwarts power, like the enchanted ceiling in Harry Potter. But in this case, it's an enchanted sky. What if we could bring the 8 planets, the sun, and I will put Pluto in there as well. And what if we could do that? So that you see how that moved. And then introduce, talk a little bit about the planets, the interterrestrial planets, and then the gas giants and the ice giants. And then we're going to look at them one at a time. So we see a movement here. Again, you see the parallax effect of the trees and how things are kind of moving. And the planets have sort of moved up and to the upper right, and then we can just move them in. And the teacher can speak as long as they want. Just a few key bullet points there, but of course, teachers talking about other things. You can just bring them in. The moon, our moon going around the Earth is something I just did in Keynote, which I showed in an earlier video, maybe 2 videos ago, on how you can make a circular motion in Keynote. So these are all videos. So we have 8 planets, Pluto plus the sun are all videos. And the background is a video. So we have 11 videos that are all moving at the same time, and it works fine in Keynote. So the planets just come through like this. Now, if you're interested in having a PDF of this, I can send you that for teachers who are interested. Okay, and then we bring all the planets back, and at this time, as they're all spinning, notice Venus and Uranus have a retrograde, so they're spinning in the opposite direction. But we could just have a quiz or something. Students can name the planets, whatever, just kind of a review session. Then we move here, and then I could ask, well, the planets all have these names, but what's another name for Earth, right? And then that can be a match dissolve into this video, and that can be the final slide out. So we went from a slide to a video. So how do we do that? So that's what you're interested in. So I use Motion Array for my images, but Pixabay and Pixels is free to use and it's very good. So you can see here, for example, we have the silhouette of trees to simulate how the trees would look at night. So that's how I used it. These are all the elements that I use to achieve that parallax inside the slide. So the first one here, this one right here, the background is a video. And then this picture of Mount Fuji, I use the pen tool to kind of outline it and remove the background because I'm going to put that together here. So this becomes, all the elements go into this slide, something like this, right? And then the key is you have a magic move between the first slide and the second slide, right? So for example, slide A and slide B. And with the magic move in between, all we do is we start with slide A, then we just copy and paste that, but then change all the elements in slide B, and then they're going to move. And you'll see it looks something like this. All right, so that's the basic principle. So you just have 2 slides, and slide A, and then you copy that, and slide B, you're going to just change the elements, and they're going to naturally, inside Keynote, are going to move very smoothly. And that's how you can get the parallax effect. So for example, here, let's take a look at how I did this. So I will escape so that you can see. Okay, so you can see it right here. So I started with this one, and then I just copy and paste it here, but then I've changed everything. For example, let's exaggerate. Let's take these trees, and this would be crazy, but let's just exaggerate the difference just so you can see. So we go from here. Let's play it. Okay, so that's the effect we have. So it's very simple, really. Okay, so let's look at how I did the title. So the title goes from here to here, right? There's a slight movement, but you may have noticed that the title had this kind of effect where these sort of lens flares come in. So how we do that, if you just look at it, you can see here that there's these things called the rectangles. So the rectangles are just a shape from up here, but the rectangles are, the opacity is turned all the way down, so you can't see them. So if I turn it up, you can see that it's there. But it does have the animation effect with it, and the animation effect on that is that sort of lens flare. You can see it there. So that's how I did that. And then for the planets are all lined up here. And then when I go to bring in, planet by planet, so for example, Mercury is the first one. This is Mercury right here. And it's just in the next slide, we just make it larger, like here. And then all the other planets go out. So they go out and up and to the right. And when each one comes in, for example, next one is Venus. Mercury goes off the screen. Venus comes in. The other planets move in order, or bring in Earth, and they're moving down. And Venus went into the sun as well. Okay, and the final thing is sort of a match dissolve. A match dissolve is a cinematic kind of film cut. So it's a match cut or a match dissolve where you sort of match somehow the movement or the feeling, the shape or something of the previous shot. So the first one is just this shot will just dissolve into this one. So it's Fuji, but actually Fuji from a different location, but it simulates going from night to morning. And then this one is going to be a parallax kind of movement, but it's this one. From this slide to this one is actually a video, and it's Fuji at a different area in a different context. Here we're on a moving train, Where here we're just looking at the mountain from a different angle, a different location from this town. And this video actually has a magic move from this one, but here we're really cropped in. It's a 4K video, and then we pull out of it very slowly. So that's just a video, but inside Keynote. So let's take a look at that. So the match dissolve. So we go from this to morning, and then the next will click, and we go to the parallax effect, kind of like a drone or a crane shot. We bring in the title, and then we're going to dissolve into different angle of Fuji, but on a moving train. And that would be at least the spirit of a match dissolve, because it's the shape of the mountain, and it is Fuji. The subject is still the same, but from a very different angle and a different context, from just looking at the mountain to on a speeding train, and then this pulls out, and then eventually will dissolve out. All right, so that's a little bit about parallax. There's many, many different ways to use the concept, but we just looked at a few little examples here. But if you have any questions or you want to see some more of that and more examples, just let me know. Thanks very much.